this up so we get a good view. As a matter of fact, I might do front facing. Alright, so yeah. So you come like right here just so everybody can see you. Okay. Yeah, do it slow. Just so she don't, jump or startle or something like that. Good. All right. Come here, Leia. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. Okay. So now do the same thing.
Leia, come.
Yep. Grab that leash. Apply a little bit of pressure.
Come, Mama.
Yeah. And just hold it. So when you pull, just hold the pressure. Right. Put a little bit more pressure. Right there. There you go. And every time she take a step towards you, good girl. Release the pressure. Let her sit for about 2 seconds. Apply the pressure again. There you go. Hold it right there.
Girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good girl, Leia.
Yeah. Put a little bit more pressure right there and just hold it. Yeah. Just hold it right there. There you go. Tell her good girl.
Leia.
There you go.
Good, Mama.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. If she don't take the food, it's okay. Just give her. Yeah. Just rub her up. Yeah. If she don't take the food.
Good girl, Mama.
Good. Okay. Leia, come. Good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. Yeah. You're a good girl. You're a good girl. Okay. All right. Let's do it again.
Leia, come. Come.
Yeah.
Good girl, Mama. Good girl. That's a good girl.
Good. Okay, folks. So what we're doing right here, we are doing a couple of things, right? We're building engagement. We're building trust. And we're also teaching Leia here leash pressure, right? What I like to call positive leash pressure. You have negative leash pressure and you have positive leash pressure, right? Negative leash pressure is more like a correction, right? To where the dog is doing something wrong and you use leash pressure or some type of, leash correction to let the dog know that they're doing something wrong, right? And then you have positive leash pressure to where when you're building a dog's confidence, right, you apply the pressure to physically manipulate the dog in a direction that you want the dog to go, right? So you just saw Dallas, he was pulling the dog towards him. Now he wasn't pulling aggressively, right? He just had a slight stream of constant pressure. And what we're communicating to Leia is once you go towards the pressure, one, the pressure goes away and you actually get a reward for going towards the pressure, right? So that's why I call it positive pressure or positive leash pressure, right? So that's basically what we're teaching her right now. With that positive leash pressure, that actually helps build her confidence. Because as you can see, she's lacking confidence. She has extreme fear, anxiety, which translates into leash aggression with her owners, right? So if we create more positive leash pressure, right, then that will actually help the owners be able to control her as opposed to the negative connotation that she has to the leash, to where when she goes outside, now she feels like she has to attack dogs, attack people, bark at people because of the negative energy that's associated with being on the leash, right? So I don't know if anybody has ever used the term positive leash pressure. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and coin that phrase, and that's basically what we're working on right now. So go ahead and do it again. And yeah, you can actually sit on the floor, man, just to make it comfortable. No, she
Come
get
on, Leia.
uncomfortable. Yeah,
Good girl.
good.
Good girl, mama.
Yep, praise her up.
Good.
Good. Leia, come. Good girl. Want some food? There you go. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Okay, call her.
Leia, come. Come.
Yep, a lot of pressure.
Good.
Yep, and just hold it. Just hold it right there. A little bit more pressure. Yeah.
Good
There you
girl.
go. Tell her good girl. There
Good
you
girl,
go.
Leia.
Good.
Good.
Good. Yeah, just praise it. Yeah.
Good girl, mama.
Leia, come. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. Yeah. That's a good girl. Okay, call her.
Leia, come.
Okay, yep.
Leia, come. Good. Good girl, mama. Good.
Good. Leia, come. Good girl. Yes, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. Now, eventually, as we're doing this, as she gets more comfortable, we're going to start upping the ante. We're going to start asking her to sit. We're going to start asking her to go down. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's how you. She need her teeth, man. I guess she just finished eating, so she got food in there. Yeah, that'd be all right. So yeah, so that's how we, begin to get more out of her by doing the exact same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, call it to you.
Leia, come.
Give her a minute to see if she. Okay, now grab the leash.
Come. Good. Good girl. Come. Good girl.
Good girl. Leia, come. Good girl. Yes, that's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah, that's a good girl. Yes. Okay, call it.
Leia, come. Leia, come. Come.
There you go.
Good. Good girl. That's a good girl, Leia.
Yeah.
Good. Good. That's a good girl, mama.
Okay. Nope, grab the leash because I didn't call her.
Come.
Call her back to you. Yeah.
Come. Good.
There
Good
you go.
girl, mama.
Good.
That's a good girl. Good. Good girl.
Yeah. Leia, come. Good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah. You a good girl? Huh? Good girl? Okay. Call her.
Leia, come.
Yep. There you go.
Come. Good girl, Leia. Good. That's a good Leia. Good girl.
We'll do this a few more times, and
Good.
what I'm really waiting on to see is for her to, one time at least, come to you without pulling the leash. Yeah. People looking at us like we crazy out here, man. Yeah. But yeah, that's really what I'm looking for right now, is for her to come without you having to pull that leash. Good girl. Okay, call her.
Leia, come.
Grab the leash.
Leia, come. Good. Good
Now,
girl.
what I want you to do is get more animated in your praise. So as soon as she turns around, good girl, and get a little bit more animated in your movement.
Good girl, mama. Good. That's a good girl.
Leia, come. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. So I'm gonna stay monotone in mine, but you heighten it. That way it excites her a little bit more to come to you. Okay, call it.
Leia, come. Come, mama. Come here, girl. Good girl.
There
That's
you
a
go.
good girl, Leia. Good.
There you go.
Good girl, mama.
See, that's good. That's good right there. I don't know if you noticed what she did just now, right? The fact that she turned into you and not away from you, that's actually a good sign. That's the little things that you got to pay attention to with a dog. She turned into you and got closer into you, right? For a dog like her, that's a sign of she's starting to trust you. Because if a dog don't trust you, they're not gonna come close to you like that. They're gonna go away from you.
Right.
Okay, call her.
Leia, come. Come. Good girl, mama. Good girl. That's a good girl, mama. That's good.
There you
Girl.
go. Yeah.
Good girl, mama. Good girl. You want some food? You want some food? Good girl. That's a good girl, Leia.
Yeah. Cut. There you go.
Come.
Good.
Good. Good girl. That's good,
Now,
girl.
little stuff like this, the reason why it's important is because down the road, what we're foreshadowing is you only do things when you're asked to do it. You can't just make the decision to do something as simple as this. I didn't call it to me, right? So that means she should still stay with you until she's called to do something else.
Right.
Now, what that's going to translate to is when she's on a leash, right? And she's barking at a dog, it'll be much easier to tell her, Leia, leave it, right?
Okay.
So all of that translates to being able to control her brain, right? And that's the thing I try to explain to people all the time. Everything a dog does has to be because you told it to do it or you told it to stop doing it, right? A dog should never have the autonomy to make a decision to do anything on its own until you can really trust that dog, until you can trust it enough to where if it does do something dumb or bad, because it's going to do it, right? It's still an animal. You have enough control to tell it to stop doing it.
Right.
But a lot of people, they give dogs way too much control and they give dogs way too much freedom and they don't have the ability to tell the dog to stop doing something bad, right? So now it's trying to chase the dog and it creates all this chaos.
Right.
So that's one of the first things I tell people to do is until you can tell this dog to stop doing something, don't give it so much freedom. Keep it in the kennel, right? Until you build that trust with the dog. But you know, people, they have an issue with having dogs in a kennel because they feel like it's abuse and they feel bad. But at the end of the day, if you don't have control over that dog, all of the stress that y'all going through when the dog is not listening is actually more abuse than keeping the dog in the kennel.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, I'm about to call her. Leia, come. Good girl. Yes, that's a good girl. Come on. That's a good girl. Now, believe it or not, even her being on this leash and going against the pressure is good because, again, what this is teaching her is my voice, the person's voice, is more important than whatever's physically holding you back, right? So we're kind of teaching her a couple of things at the same time. We're teaching her to go with the pressure, right? When you apply it,
Right.
but then also to go against the pressure when the handler, whoever it is, the owners, me, you, calls her name. So, and all of that is building engagement and trust. You know what I'm saying? Good. Okay. Call her.
Leia, come. Leia, come. Good. Good girl, mama. That's a good girl. Yes, it is. Good girl. Good.
Okay. We'll do this a few more times. Leia, come. Good girl. You want some more food? That's a good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Okay. You call her.
Leia, come. Leia, come. Come. Good. Good girl, mama. Good girl. Yes, you're good girl, mama. Ain't you such a good girl?
Okay. Nope. Call her back to you.
Leia, come.
There you go.
Good. Good. Good girl. Nope. Good. Good girl.
Leia, come. Good girl. Good girl. You want no more food? What's up, babe? Oh, all right. Okay. That's the living room, right? Oh no, that's our room. Okay.
Yeah, that's our room.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Looking like grown folks.
Yes.
Almost,
All right.
almost Spider-Man, huh?
No, Paw Patrol?
Oh, that's what it was, Paw Patrol, yeah.
Yes.
All right.
That's all.
Who you looking pretty for?
You, when you get home,
All right.
love you.
All right, love you too, boy. Love you too, man.
Bye.
All right. Trying to wait for this. I got another power washer coming. Trying to wait for this motherfucker to get here. Okay, call it to you.
Leia, come. Good girl, Leia.
There we go.
Good girl, mama.
There we go. That's what we wanted.
Good. Hey, here.
That's
Good
what we
girl.
wanted. Yeah, she don't want the food, just praise her up. Yep.
Good.
That's exactly what we wanted. So let's see if we can get that one or two more times, and we'll call it a session. Yeah. Leia, come. Good girl. That's a good girl, mama. Yes. That's a good girl.
My tail's starting to stand up some more too.
Yep. That's all we waiting for. That's the little things, man. See, a lot of people, and I say even a lot of trainers, they get so focused on the mechanics. Sit down, come. That's easy, man. Like, once a dog, especially a dog like this that has extreme fear, anxiety, you got to get their trust first. All the rest of that stuff is is secondary. You know, you got to get their trust first. Okay, call it to you.
Leia, come. Leia, come. Good girl, Leia. Good girl, mama. Good girl. Good. Good.
Girl. All right. Leia, come. Good girl. That's a good girl. Come on, bring it in. That's a good girl. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, not in my mouth. There's only one being that kisses me in my mouth. And you ain't my wife, so you ain't it. Good girl. All right, call it to you.
Leia, come. Leia, come. Good. Come. Good girl. Good girl, Leia. Good girl, Leia. That's a good girl, mama. That's
Now
a
the
good
next
girl.
time she comes without you pulling on the leash, what you're gonna do, I'm gonna get up and leave, and then I'm gonna have you take her in so you can continue with that energy. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta get it one more time. Leia, come. Good girl. Come on, mama. Yes, that's a good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Okay, call her.
Leia, come. Come on, mama. Come. Good girl, Leia. Good.
Ja. Ja.
That's
Leave
a
it.
good girl. That's a
Leave
good
it.
girl, mama. Leia. Hey, mama.
All right, so this is a perfect opportunity, right? Let's see what she does. Now be careful because you know you don't want her to take off. Good. Now if she doesn't do anything, looking is fine, right? We don't want her to bark or anything like that. Right? Growl. Good. Tell her good girl.
Good girl, Leia. Good girl, mama.
Good.
Good girl.
Good. Come on, lady. Good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yes. That's a good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good girl. Okay. Call it to you.
Leia, come. Hey, come. Come.
There you go.
Good
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah,
mama.
that was a good correction, Mike. She turned around to look. You give that. That's how you redirect. That's how you redirect. You know their focus.
Okay. Good
Ja.
girl, Leia.
Ja.
Good.
Leave it.
Good girl, mama.
Leave it.
Good girl.
Okay. Leia, come. Yes, good girl. Come on. Yeah, that's a good girl. Yes. That's a good girl, right? Yes, good girl. No, right here. Yes, good girl. Nope. Nope. Yes, good girl. Nope. Yes, good girl. Good girl. Okay, call it to you.
Leia, come. Come. Good girl. Good girl, Leia. That's a good girl, ain't you? That's a good girl. Good job. Look at mama. What's up with you? You a good girl,
So I'll tell you what you do. We didn't get that last one, we won't. But we gotta train other dogs. So go ahead and unhook her. Take her in the house. Come. Yeah, just unhook. Yeah. There you go. Come on. Okay, beautiful people, beautiful people. So I know that's a little unorthodox, but I like to show you guys, you know, some things that you're never gonna see in a lot of the edited videos, you know, when it comes to dog training, you know, the raw footage, sometimes how, you know, we improvise to get the results that we're looking to get, right? So hopefully this helped somebody out there. Obviously, if you got any questions, you can always reach out. You can reach me directly, 815-351-6636. You can text or call. You can leave a comment, or you can send me an email at thestructuredk9academy@gmail.com. And until the next video, remember, a structured dog is a happy dog. So, talk to you guys soon.